All right, y'all, we have to talk about Bitcoin because there has been some crazy volatility, and yesterday we had a massive move to the downside. So what I want to do is I want to talk about what levels of support and resistance I am most interested in, and I want to also talk about what is more probable to happen over this weekend. But first, guys, make sure to FOMO into the Jason Casper like button, because as you can see from this chart, the Jason Casper like button is mega bullish, and I usually don't give trade setups on YouTube, but for this long position you only have to risk this much of your precious hard-earned money to potentially gain this tiny little profit. So make sure to FOMO into that like button and buy the top. All right, so Bitcoin, what has happened for the past few days is after getting a massive pump up on Monday, we started to form this range right over here, which is starting to look like the Bart Simpson pattern, right? If anyone's familiar with what that is. And what happened was we came up to this very significant level called spill the watermelon juice, okay? It was a very juicy level, and we want to make sure our watermelons have seeds, because if they don't have seeds, that is an infertile watermelon, okay? Infertile. We don't want infertile. We want it to have seeds. And so what we did was we were able to take a very nice short position from this level. Now, a lot of people thought we were going to break out here. How did we know we were not going to break out here? This short trade was given in advance in the VIP Discord. If we come over to the potential Bitcoin scalp trade channel, we can see that the trade setup was given in advance, where we were looking at that level of about $45,000 to take a short. Why were we looking at it? Because we could tell based on market Cipher B that as the price was getting higher and higher, the momentum was getting lower and lower on the 1 hour time frame, even on the 2 hour time frame. And this is a tall tale sign that we are not going to have a real breakout. And so we did take that short trade in the VIP Discord. This was my take profit one. I am still in the position to this very day. Okay, a very juicy short right now is up hundreds of percent in profit. And then what happened is we came down, dumpity dump, 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 lost the important support. And once we lost the support, we can see it was a very fast move down to where we're currently finding support, right? Because when we're looking at charts, in order to find levels of support and resistance, we want to see where there was a lot of price action, because that means there's a lot of liquidity there. We can see that we don't really have support until we come down to this area where we can see that we get an order block basically here, where we had this very fast move up, but the only area of support we really had along the way down was this right here. So this made for a nice long trade as well. And shout out to Boyan in the VIP Discord who posted this in advance. I had actually missed this level, but he was looking for a bounce from the midpoint of the channel, which was also the 382. We bounced perfectly from that level. And so we were also able to get into that trade as well. And I have taken profits on the trade, but I still have the position open in case of pump, right? In case of pump. So, by the way, if you want to get into the VIP Discord, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. We have a great community of traders in there helping each other out, and the goal is to help each other out and make each other better at this. We hang out in voice chat, we hang out in the chat channels. It's a good time, all right? And by the way, if you want to learn how to trade this way and feel confident in your trades and have plans in advance and know when to execute and stop FOMOing and flopping and groping, you can check out JasonCasperTrading.com. This course will equip you with the knowledge and the skills you need to finally start trading with confidence and stop trading on emotion and have a very methodical, systematic, step-by-step approach to these charts, okay? So that you can literally short the top and long the bottom. I know it seems crazy, but it's possible if you just have some basic strategies in place, both trading strategies, risk management strategies, and mindset strategies. There's currently a 30% discount in the description of the video. Make sure to check it out. It's a pretty sweet deal. So what is going to happen now? Well, honestly, guys, it depends, okay? It depends. It really depends. It could go either way in my mind because of different things I'm seeing on Market Cipher. Whatever happens, we need to be confident. We need to be able to have that smile with our hand on our hip, you know? A man does not smile with his hand on his hip wearing adult diapers unless he is confident. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the levels where we can have confidence. Okay? Now, we did have a meltdown. Our eyes have turned to onions, our mouth into mustard, and our eyebrows into green beans. But what we can expect is this. If we dump, there is a key area of support that I think we need to be aware of next. Because if we take a look at Bitcoin trading from the beginning of January until our current day, we notice something interesting, which is this. It's literally been trading sideways, right? It's literally been trading sideways. We have a very clearly defined high right here, and we have a very clearly defined low right here, right? Give or take. We've literally been trading sideways, and we have a pretty interesting center point as well right here, where we find support and resistance in the center point, okay? So with this in mind, let's take a look at some interesting areas of support and resistance. First of all, we have the 0.5 Fibonacci level that is coming in to give us a nice retest of this key support. Why is this such a key support? Because it was perfect support on January 10th, and then it was perfect support again on February 18th, and then it was perfect resistance at the end of February. And if we come back down to this area, we can see that we have this very clear horizontal level where it's going to be a fast move down if we lose this 382. Look, there's literally no support or resistance until we come here, okay? If we don't find support on the 0.5, then that golden pocket starts to look very juicy. And the reason is because if we look at the volume that traded throughout this entire sideways market, we can see that the low of the value area is coming in right at that golden pocket. Now, if anybody doesn't know what a value area is, if we're analyzing a chunk of price action, it will tell you where the most volume was traded. And what this does is this gives us a fair value for Bitcoin or any asset, where it allows us to know where to look to buy and where to look to sell. If you notice, you look to sell when price comes above the value area, and you look to buy when price comes below the value area. That's how we were able to get into a short from right here. Okay? Now, personally, I lean more bearish than I do bullish, but my sentiment means nothing because I simply wait for price to get to a level. And when it does get to a level, then I look for uneven butt cheeks on market Cipher B. Okay, when I see those cheeks, guys, I am shocked and awed. And sometimes I even melt a little bit inside because those cheeks give you confirmation to know when to enter a trade. For example, if we just take a look at the trade we entered last night right here, what did we see on market Cipher B? We saw some nice uneven butt cheeks, okay? We saw the left butt cheek right over here, followed by the right butt cheek right over here. And it doesn't really look so good on the 24-minute time frame. But if we go to like the 45-minute time frame, now we can really start to see the cheeks are getting higher as the price is getting lower, literally right down to our support level. And yes, we've retested it many times. We're currently holding it as support. Okay, I've taken profits out of the trade already. And I have my stop loss right now below this area here. Because the thing is, I've already taken half of the trade out. And if it gets stopped out down here, it'll probably be around a break even. And I'm in a short. So if we pump from here, I want to be in a position. But if we dump from here, I'm still in a short. So that's my mentality. But we can see if we turn off market Cipher B, we see a left butt cheek very big and plump and a right butt cheek nice and skinny, okay? Nope, that's upside down butt cheeks. Right side up. That's what we want to see at a level. So if we do start to come back down to some of these lower levels of support, right, like that golden pocket, we will be looking for uneven butt cheeks. Now, what would that look like, you know, on the 1 hour time frame? Keep in mind, on the 1 hour time frame right now, we could potentially be forming some uneven cheeks if we get a drop down to some of these lower levels, right? Be watching for this on market Cipher B, because that's how you know that we're going to get a bounce from that level. Now, that golden pocket is very juicy, and these are the two main levels that I'm really looking for. Not only is that golden pocket a golden pocket, but look at this, it's also a very high volume node as well. So that's a nice area. Now, what if we pump? What if we do find our support right here? What if we pump? Well, then we're going to find resistances by pulling fibs from the high to the low. And we can see right here that we do have some very interesting fib levels, right? First of all, we have our golden pocket. Second of all, we have this very, very interesting 0.5 fib level, which lines up very nicely with this previous support, right? It's a support resistance flip right here, which we need to be aware of. Support resistance flip at about 42.8. And, you know, technically we also have our 382 as well. And so if we come up to these levels, I will be looking for upside down uneven butt cheeks, right? Upside down uneven butt cheeks, just like what we had when we shorted it from up here, right? What did we have on market Cipher B? We had upside down uneven butt cheeks, where we had the left cheek nice and plump, and look at how skinny this right cheek was. I mean, literally, it was so skinny. It was really, I mean, look at that. You wouldn't even be able to tell this was a butt, right? It's like the left one was really that juicy, you know, like the nice and the big and the round and the full of a ravioli inside. And it's just flowing out of the butt cheek. Lots of olive oil is coming out. And then that right cheek, you know, it's that old skinny waitress at the diner with a Brooklyn accent who smokes too much. And she's like, hey, Dolores, get over here. This guy needs another cup of coffee. Get over here. I'll be right back. I'm going out for a cigarette, all right? And she's nice. You like her. She's a good waitress. Right? You give her a big tip every time, but she sounds like this. She's super skinny. She's got the veins popping out in her neck. All right, and that's what we're going to be looking for if we come back up to some of these areas of resistance. All right, so that's kind of it for Bitcoin, guys. You know, really, when we take a few steps back and we just look at things on like the 4-hour time frame, we do have to be aware that if we start to come down and put lower lows, then the potential that we were actually in a macro uptrend is over in my mind, right? Because in the background of all this, we had the massive downtrend. High, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. Higher high, higher low, lower high, right? So this is intense. Unless we find some supports and start making higher highs here, we could start to now put in lower highs and continue with the downtrend. And if that happens, we're looking for the supports below us, and we know where they at. We know where they at. So, blessings to everybody in the name of Yeshua, Jesus the Messiah. I pray that everybody is extraordinarily blessed, especially during this weekend. Make sure to take some time away from the charts. Spend time with your family and your friends. Life is a beautiful gift, and there's a lot of craziness going on in the world, so make sure to focus on the things that are truly important. And with that said, blessings to everyone. I will see y'all in the next video.